Hey friend, welcome. Today, I want to take you on a journey not into theory but into something real. Into something many of us forget in the middle of rushing through life, paying bills, raising kids, working jobs, battling stress, and trying to make sense of it all. We're diving into Psalm 23, a psalm you might have heard before, but maybe not like this. Let's start with the words. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Now stop for a moment. Think about how often we want things. A better job. More money. A healed body. A mended relationship. Peace in our minds. Most of us are always chasing something. But this verse starts by telling us something radical. If the Lord is truly our shepherd, we don't need to chase. We don't need to panic. A shepherd doesn't leave the sheep alone to figure things out. A shepherd guides, protects, and provides. Imagine you're walking through a crowd with someone who knows the way, who has already been there, who knows all the shortcuts, where the danger zones are, and where the safe spots are. Wouldn't that give you a sense of peace? That's what this is about. God doesn't just give you what you want, He becomes what you need. Then it says, He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. When's the last time you really rested? Like no guilt, no checking your phone, no worrying about tomorrow? In real life, this might look like turning off your screen at night, spending time with your kids, or just sitting in silence without rushing to be productive. Rest is part of God's plan. He's not asking you to hustle harder. He's inviting you to breathe. The next part says, He restores my soul. Not your bank account, not your reputation, your soul. Think of your soul like your emotional engine. Life drains it. Bad news, social media, people judging you, rejection, even just running from one task to the next. It all takes a toll. But God restores that part of you that people can't see but you always feel. And He leads us in paths of righteousness. In simple terms, that means the right path. Have you ever had to choose between two options, not knowing which way to go? Maybe it was a career, or moving cities, or deciding whether to end a toxic relationship. This verse says if you let God lead, He'll take you down the road that honors Him and protects you. You don't need all the answers, you just need to follow the one who does. Now comes the part many people connect with. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. We've all had dark seasons, depression, grief, fear, loneliness. The valley could be losing a loved one, dealing with an illness, financial failure, or just waking up with a sense of dread for no reason. The psalm doesn't say we might walk through the valley, it says when we do. The promise isn't that we'll avoid hardship. The promise is that we won't be alone. Fear is loud. It tells you you're going to fail. It says you'll never get out of debt. That your kids won't turn out okay. That your marriage won't survive. But God's presence silences fear. He's not just watching from the sidelines, He's walking right beside you. Then your rod and your staff, they comfort me. In shepherd language, the rod is for protection and the staff is for guidance. So not only does God defend you, but He also redirects you when you're going off course. Sometimes that no you got from a job you wanted was His way of keeping you from something that would have broken you. That breakup? That delay? That rejection? Could have been His staff pulling you back from a trap. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Imagine sitting down to a big feast and your biggest critics have to watch you be blessed. That's what this is. God doesn't just help you survive, He helps you thrive where people thought you'd fail. He doesn't bless you in secret, He lets others see His goodness on your life. And then it says, You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Anointing isn't just religious oil, it's God choosing you, favoring you, filling you with purpose. Overflow doesn't mean just having enough. It means having more than enough, peace when the world is anxious, joy when things are falling apart, strength when you should be weak. Finally, we hear, Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. You're not being followed by failure. You're not being followed by fear. You're being followed by God's goodness and mercy. That means even when you mess up, His mercy is still tracking you down. It's like a friend you didn't know you had, always ready to cover your flaws and lift you back up. And it ends with, I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This isn't just about going to heaven one day. It's about living with a daily awareness that you are part of God's household, secure, loved, and never abandoned. So today, if you're feeling broken, tired, confused, worried, or just distant from God, I encourage you, take Psalm 23 and read it every morning for the next 3 days. Say it out loud. Pray it slowly. Let it sink into your routine. When you're driving, walking, doing dishes, lying in bed, speak it over your life. Because this psalm isn't just words. It's a promise. It's your anchor. And it can truly change your life. If this message spoke to your heart today, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button, and let others find this message too. Drop a comment with "I trust my shepherd" if you're ready to walk in faith today.